From the towering peaks of the Woolajezi Mountain in Lofa County to the golden plains of Bomi River Basin, through the verdant greens of the Sapo National Park, a place where monkeys whisper secrets and pygmy hippos tread unseen, from the valleys to the roaring coasts of Monrovia, Buchanan, Harper, and Robertsport. These are the voices that travel unfiltered, uncaged, and unstoppable. Welcome to the Liberian Voices Unfiltered, the platform where we speak the languages of the land, celebrate the cultures of our people, beat the drums of our tribes, and dance to the rhythms of our identity. This platform is more than just a broadcast. It's a movement, a megaphone for the people. No scripts, no sugarcoating, no stage management, just the truth, pure, bold, and proudly Liberian. Tune in, turn up the volume, and join your host, George Senator Sibo, the Pan-Africanist, shaking the mic, breaking the silence, and speaking for the nation and its people. The Liberian Voices Unfiltered. All hail, Liberia hail. It is raw, it is real, it is authentic. From the bushes to the beaches, this is our voices, our truth, and our story. It must be heard.
Tune into the heartbeat of Mama Liberia, where truth meets the people, and every voice is heard. This is Liberian Voices Unfiltered. Oh, we're speaking truth tonight. Liberia, let your voices rise. Oh. To the hills of Nimba, we're bringing light where the truth's been hindered. Politics and power, let's break it down.
Oh, we're speaking truth tonight. Let your voices rise.
From the streets of Monrovia to the hills of Nimba, we're bringing light where the truth's been hindered. Politics and power, let's break it down. We talk the real, no we go discuss. From clinics to classrooms, who can we trust? Social justice, human rights, we shine in truth like city lights. Public policy, rule of law, building Liberia strong and raw. Trade and commerce, business flow, empower the people, help us grow.
So what we talking about?
Who we talking for?
The people shattered.
Unfiltered minds, unfiltered dreams, telling our stories by any means. Culture and faith, we rise above, united in truth, united in love.
Our voices echo across the sea. Liberia strong, bold and free.
Liberian Voices Unfiltered. Liberian Voices Unfiltered. The people's might, the nation's mirror. The Tazewell to Kakata, Hapa to Bongo. We talking real, we talking stronger. Liberian Voices Unfiltered.
Story of power.
Liberian Voices Unfiltered. Liberian Voices Unfiltered.
Yeah, your story, your power, your sound.
Politics, peace talks, power and pain. Who gains, who loses, we call the names. Youth rising, leaders in motion. We stirring truth like a wave in the ocean. From
All right, good evening, fellow Liberians, wherever you are, however you're listening to us. This is your host, George Senator Sibo, the man behind the microphone, and today is December 24th, 2025, one day to Christmas. And fortunately, tomorrow happened to be my birthday, so I decided to come out today to speak to my fellow Liberians and wish them Merry Christmas. And I'm hoping that I will receive my Christmas gift from my friends, family, and loved ones across Liberia and the rest of the world. So today, uh, I just came on, like I said, to wish you guys Merry Christmas. Say a few things. It's been a while that we got on the show, like a week, some days. Yeah, we've been a little bit tied up, but I think everything is back to normal. The show, like I said, it came to stay. We are not going anywhere. Sometimes we pause because of one or two engagement, but we are back and back for good. So today is Christmas Eve. What is going on? What is going on around you? We will open the line. You can call and say how things are going on, how you guys are doing. If everything ready for tomorrow. Are we going to cook the usual meal that we're supposed to cook? Are we going to eat the usual food that we usually eat? They do buy enough clothes. They do make our children happy. Were we able to provide the adequate needs of our people during this 2025? The year is wrapping up. So how was it? How was the year? The year in review. What happened from January to now? Are you happy about the way things are going on in the country? Are things improving? What are we doing to make things to work? So those are some of the things we're going to be touching about. We're going to be touching on little by little over here. We're going to be talking about it. And we are urging you guys to join us if you want to join us. I'm going to pin the link to the show. If you want to join us, you can come in, and then we can have a little chit chat over here. So the show will be over. I'm going to be playing one or two Christmas carol, that is Christmas song, just to entertain ourselves. And then but we are going to be talking about some general issues. We're going to be, since we have been away for a while, we're going to be wrapping up on some of those major issues that have been going on in the country. We're going to be talking about them. Yes, we are going to be talking about them. What happened? Some of those things we're going to be talking about is we're going to be looking at our legislature signing, rectifying two major concession agreements. The Ivanhoe Atlantic Agreement, which is called the HPX deal, which has to do with railroad transport and access to our port to transport iron ore from Guinea to Liberia. That was one of the concession agreement our legislature signed. Our Senate concurred with it, and they passed the agreement. And then they also signed the offshore oil exploration agreement with the Total Energies, and another group of people called the Oronto Petroleum. So we're going to be looking at that to see all of this concession agreement that was signed. Why was it signed the way it was signed? And what is in it for the youth, what the youth have benefited, what Liberians are standing to benefit. And then we're also going to look at the budget. Our 2026 budget has been passed. It was passed by both the House of Representatives and the Liberian Senate. The both of them agree on the budget, $1.2 billion. That's a very huge amount of money. Did the budget actually going to meet the needs of our people in 2026? Because that budget is for 2026, not 2025. It's a coming year. So did it address some of those crises, some of those major issues like youth unemployment, youth engagement? Did it address some of those things? So we're going to be looking into that. We're going to be talking about it. And we're also going to be looking at the presidential pardon. President Barack pardoned, I think, 72 people today as part of his executive clemency. We're going to be looking into that to see. We're going to be asking for transparency in the process. The pardon How did it go? How was the process being considered? And if so, those that were being considered are Liberian people aware of those people? Do we know their names? Are we seeing? Can we see them? Can we follow some of their records that even took them behind bars? So those are some of the things we're going to be talking about. So, like I said, I'm going to play one Christmas song. And remember, tomorrow is my birthday. I'll be expecting my gift from all of my friends, all of my relatives and loved ones. I'll be expecting my gifts. So I'm going to play one Christmas carol. From there, we can jump into this. This is one of my favorite Christmas song. Please, I need my birthday gift. I don't want any happy birthday message without a gift. I need a gift. I will put my mobile money number up here, my SendWave number. I can also receive SendWave too. So let me play this song. After this song, we are just going to delve into this. I'm not going to take much of your time today. We're just going to talk about some real fundamental issues that is going to affect us in 2026 if care is not taken. Now that all of the concession agreement have been passed. So I'm just going to play this song, listen to it, and I like it too. Yeah, this is one of my favorite Christmas songs. Feliz Navidad. I like that song so much. Most time I play them, I like it. I'm wishing all of you a Merry Christmas and a joyous Happy New Year to come. They said the way you lay your bed, that's the way you lie down on it. So today, most of what's supposed to be going in 2026 have already been signed up for in 2025. Already been signed up for in 2025. Your budget have passed, concession agreement signed. A lot of things have happened in 2025 that is going to affect the 2026. How are we addressing that? Was things done the right way in 2025 that is going to make our 2026 better? Those are things I'm going to be talking about. And all of these things have already taken effect. We talked about it before it took effect. And now we are talking about it again after it has already been signed. So the impact of this is going to be on the Liberian people. The impact is going to be on the Liberian people. So where do we stand in all of these things? Where do we stand? At least oh, Paul keep coming in. I'm so sorry, Paul keep coming in. He's blocking the song. I'm on live. You can't be calling me. You can't be calling me now. I'm using the phone to play music. Please. I will call you after. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry on the bottom of my heart. All right, okay, people. You heard a song that was a Christmas carol that I played for all of us, wishing us Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to come. And I just have to pick the call right away and talk to the person. Hello? All right, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry for the disruption. I got a call from my dad. He was checking on me. So, like I said, tomorrow is Christmas. What they said, that look around you. Look at the euphoria of Christmas. Look at the atmosphere of Christmas. Is that what we used to see some 10 and 15 years ago? Is that what we used to see some 5 to 7 years ago? Is that what we are seeing today? Are we able to buy the food that we need for Christmas in today's economy? Are we able to buy the clothes, the necessary clothes that we need for our children without really affecting our pockets? Are we able to meet those demands in contemporary Liberia? Do we think the economy is getting better, or we think it is stagnated, or it is getting worse? Are things improving? Is salary going up, or salary remain the same? Some 2-3 years ago, you were not on salary, you are not on payroll. Are you on payroll now? Is your current salary addressing your needs? Can they pay your children's school fees? Can they pay your house rent? Can they provide you transportation to go to work? Can they provide you food? Is it sufficient to address those major issues? Those are some of the things we'll be looking at today. And all of these things that affect all these things is what our lawmakers, our legislatures, their role is very, very cardinal in moving our country forward. Our legislature play a very, very important role in carving the policies, in signing concession agreements for our country. So then I look at a couple of agreements that is signed. The HPS deal, the deal that has to do with transporting iron ore, raw material from Guinea, from Guinea to Liberian port using our railway. So you should understand there are so many things surrounding that. So many things. One, are they building new tracks? Are they building new rail tracks that is going to be used by their train to transport these things? The answer is no. Are they building new roads? Because at a certain point, the trucks will have to come in before they get to the track. Are they building those roads that will connect the mining area to the track? Those connecting roads, are they building new roads? The answer is no. It is not included in the deal. We haven't seen that. We understand that they're trying to do some back channels in the deal. But why would you want to sign a deal that is not fully negotiated? Why would you want to do that? And that is the kind of thing that we are confronted with. We are confronted with a situation where our legislators, thinking that they have monopoly over every form of knowledge, they don't incorporate the experts. They don't bring in professionals to analyze agreements. They don't bring in people that have long years of overseeing such a project to come in and get their input before concession agreements are signed. Our legislators go ahead and thinking that they know what is to be done. In most cases, the companies that are trying to sign this concession agreement will be the one to draft the agreement. So they will draft the agreement, and then they will send it to the legislature, and the legislature will just peruse it and remove 1 or 2 sentences here and there and approve it for their own deal and approve it as a contract for Liberia. So now look at the HPS deal. Did the contract show how many Liberians are going to be employed? Did it specify? We all know when Asila Mentor, what we call Mentor C, when Mentor C were coming to the country, they said they were going to provide 10,000 direct jobs, 5,000 indirect jobs. Are they providing 10,000 jobs today? Today is Asila Mentor providing up to 10 to 15,000 jobs as they promised in the original agreement? The answer is no. They are providing jobs, but not up to that amount that is specified in what they told the Liberian people that brought about joy before the contract was signed. Before the concession agreement was signed, there were a lot of things that they promised that were going to be done. This is the same thing with this HPS deal. These deals came about. We understand Liberia need concession. We need some money coming in. but it should be done right. There are a lot of things that we need to do right that we are not doing right. And it is going to affect the future of our children. It's going to affect the future and the economy of Liberia. So looking at the agreement, you're going to have real access, bringing in iron ore, unprocessed iron ore. Remember how many dust, how many environmental pollution those things will cause, how many environmental degradations that will come to bear on those that are living within that area. It is going to be enormous. It is going to be tremendous. So you're going to have all of those environmental hazards woven over the people. What has the agreement cover to address the situation? Is it going to build hospitals for the people? The answer is no. Is it going to build school for the people that live around that are going to be affected? The answer is no. All the contract focus to address on is how to provide funding quickly for our legislature and our executive branch of government to put money in their pockets. Those concession agreements are putting money in the pockets of our politicians. Our ministers are making more money. Our president, our vice president, our head of public corporations are making more money than they should make. Looking at the current economy of Liberia, you can't be paying people $8,000 to $10,000 when other people that are sacrificing, police officers, military men, immigration, custom, they have been paid $150 to $200. Can $150 or $200 can it address the current economic realities in our country? Can it provide the needs and wants of our people? It can. But you got lawmakers making $2,000 a month for gas slip. They receive $2,000 gas slip a month. Every month. That's what they receive in the budget. It's there. That's what they're receiving. And look at our police officers, look at our military officers, look at our immigration officers, custom officers. What are they doing? How much money do they make? Is they addressing the situation? The answer is no. But we still have this concession agreement that is poorly signed, that is poorly vetted, that is poorly monitored, and now we haven't signed it. So you have people bringing in iron ore in your country. Those things come with serious environmental hazard. Serious. Just go on the internet, check environmental hazard of transporting ore. Do you know how many dust, how many atmospheric pollution is going to be taking place? But how did the agreement address those things? Did it address environmental issues? The answer is no again. It did not address it. Our people will continue to suffer based on the kind of legislators they elected, the kind of people they elected, because they refuse to elect people that have demonstrated love for the community, people that have demonstrated a oneness within the community. They went about and electing people that brought rice to them, went about electing people that truck them from one place to another. So when you have those kind of set of people in the House, in the Senate, people that did not merit being there, that's the kind of concession agreement you will have. Or poorly written or poorly constructed concession agreement. Concession agreement that will not meet the aspiration of the Liberian people. I'm not saying that Liberians don't need concession agreement. I'm not saying that Liberians don't need companies to work in. But this concession agreement will tell you that Liberians, it will provide 5,000 direct jobs. It will provide 2,500 indirect jobs. It's not true. It's not true. What is the control mechanism to check that these jobs have been provided? Like I mentioned earlier, Acela Mentor said when they were coming in that they will provide 10,000 direct employment jobs. Is Acela Mentor employing 10,000 Liberians? Are 10,000 Liberians working with Acela Mentor? They will provide 5,000 indirect jobs. So you talk about 15 to 20,000 people. Acela Mentor employ up to 15,000 Liberians? The answer is no. And how do we monitor those concession agreements that have been following some of the promises that were made from the beginning? The control mechanism is poor. The government does not have anything in place to monitor them. As long as those concession agreements are signed, they just go on. Acela Mentor, just come to think about this. Our the government included in their 2026 budget, they included the signature fees of Asila Mentor, the bonus, signature bonus of Asila Mentor, $200 million in our budget without rectifying Asila Mentor renewing the contract. How does that sound to you? You included the people money in your own budget already before you talk about going. So that means under no condition you're going to say no. Under no condition you're going to say no. So you're going to accept it as they presented because you already took their money and put it in your budget. Even though that money is supposed to be used for something else, you could take that $200 million and put that money into an agricultural account, open agricultural banking system, so that farmers can have access to loan, farmers can have access to grant. You can set up what we call so you have people forming cooperative. Fine, that's the right word we're looking for. The cooperative. You can support cooperative. Because when you have group of farmers coming together to form one single unit of farming, one single farming unit, you find more produce coming up from there that can boost the economy. That $200 million that you guys accepted from Asila Mentor deal, you have been put in a dedicated account for agriculture. You can put in LBDR for heaven's sake. Put it there and set up the rules and mechanism through which agriculturists and farmers can have access to that money to better the economy. Now you have the arrest agenda focuses on agriculture as one of the major pillars. How much is in the budget for agriculture? How much? Not much. But then you have the legislature signing these deals. The HPS deal, they sign. They sign this deal. There is no room in the deal that the people are going to build new roads. The roads that they are using, who's going to build for them? It's not captured in the deal. They're going to use the rail, the maintenance part of it. Who's going to focus on that? The people that live around there, how are they going to benefit? They did not capture that. And then another concession agreement they just signed again is the offshore oil exploration agreement with Total Energies and that of the Oronto Petroleum. So Liberia is a rich country. We have talked about this numerous times. We have already mentioned this since. We have oil, we have gold, we have diamond, we have timber, we have every form of resources that can make our country better. But why are our people poor? Why are our people still struggling, still stagnated on poverty, wallowing in the corridors of poverty? Why is it like that? Because we have leaders that are visionless. We have leaders that don't think 4-5 steps ahead. We are encouraging leaders that are only thinking about their pockets, only thinking about their family. That's the kind of leaders we have. Our misleaders, we refer to them. Misleaders. So you are signing an oil exploration deal with Total and Oronto. Even the signature bonus, most times signature bonus come up front. Like Asila Mentor did, $200 million. The signature fee came up front. But they split the signature fee. And the funny thing is that you have a couple of lawmakers that are saying that, no, we're not signing the deal. Oh, no, we're not signing the deal. They're not saying no because the deal is not good. That's why they deceive Liberia. Those guys in the Lagos, Eric Snow, and some of those guys that are saying, no, I didn't sign because the deal is not good, we have no good oversight. They're not doing it because they love you. They are doing it. They refuse to sign because they like to be the ones to introduce the kind of deal. And they were not the one introducing the kind of deals. They were not the engineer behind the kind of deals. Those guys want to be the deal striker. Those guys want to be the ones to bring out the deal on the floor, to get the kickback. But unfortunately, they were not the one that brought it on the floor. So most of them saying, no, I don't accept this. I accept this because they kicked them out of the show. They're not signing that deal because they love you. They didn't say no to that deal because they want Liberian to benefit. They said no because they were left out of the equation. They didn't even know where the deal came from. They tried by all means to dig behind to find out who bringing the deal so they can get a caught. Those guys always want to build people that will strike deal and get the biggest kickback. We all know you guys. Don't bring your sycophancy behavior here. We know you guys. I just know you are one of the big deal striker in this country, in Liberia. You always want to strike a kind of deal. So because you are not part and parcel of this deal, you say, oh no, you don't want it. It's not good for Liberia. Yes. But there were other deals. There were other deals that are also not good for Liberia that you signed. You signed the budget. Because the budget got increment in it for you, but then the budget did not address the issue of youth employment, youth unemployment. It did not address the issue of youth technical and vocational education. But you signed that budget. You agreed to the budget and it passed. So when the budget passed and those things you say that was not captured in the concession agreement, what is the difference? The difference is in the 2026 budget, you have an increased budget to your office, so you sign that one. But in the concession deal with HPS and Oriental and other places, you didn't sign it because you don't have anything in it. That is the kind of sycophancy we see every day. That is what Liberians are confronted with. People that are unpatriotic, are lawmakers that are in that place for themselves. They are in that place for themselves. They care about you not. They care about no Liberian. They care about no youth. They are always seeking after their own interests. Seeking after their own interests. Like I mentioned, when this oil exploration deal came on the floor, when they started talking about it, I made mention and I talk about it and I will say it again. There is no security ramification that are covered up in this deal, especially for the offshore drilling. There is no security aspect that are covered up in this deal. And I told the Liberian people, and I'm saying this, and I want the record to print it out clear on this Christmas Eve. I will say it again. Countries that are involved with offshore drilling are countries that are prone to so many external forces. You are prone to so many external challenges. One of the challenges include piracy. You are drilling on the off coast. You are off coast. You are outside there on the water. You will be prone to piracy. Piracy. You got pirates. Look at the Gulf of Guinea. That whole line coming down there. Look there. Piracy is along that Gulf. We got pirates there. You'll be prone to sea robbers. People that take canoe and then go take the rigs on canoe and go to the places with cutlasses and machetes in their hands and go there and rob people. They are called sea robbers. You will be prone to those challenges. What is in the concession agreement to address those things? You'll be prone to oil spill. There could be oil spill that will cause serious environmental hazard, serious environmental degradation. Biolife will be affected. Ocean life will be affected. When you start drilling oil in your country, because it is bounding that oil is going to spill. Your coast, you're going to start losing fish supply. Fish. Your fish stock going to drop because the oil is going to serve as a blanket over the ocean and they're going to suffocate the fish. So the fish, some of them are going to die and some of them are going to relocate. They're going to migrate to places where they can survive good. When you look at Liberia coast, we have a lot of fish in our water. The reason is very simple. Most of the countries that are doing oil drilling along the Gulf of Guinea, along that entire Gulf, all the countries that are involved with oil drilling, when you look there, those fish are migrating to places where oil activity is not taking place. Those countries are migrating to those areas. So now Liberia is going to join the host of other people that are involved with drilling oil. Then what happened to our fishes? What happened to our fish stock? What happened to our marine life? Is going to be affected. Did we put that into consideration? Did we consider that in our concession agreement? When people are drilling oil, like I said, piracy is there. Do we have the mechanism? Do we have the mechanism to police our water from pirates? Do we have the mechanism in place that will address the issue of sea robbers? Do we have it? Is our Coast Guard capacitated to fight pirates? Is our Coast Guard capacitated to even monitor the concession agreement, to monitor the oil exploration that is taking place around there, to provide security for those expatriates, the international workers that will be there? Do they have the capacity? Our Coast Guard don't have the capacity. Did the concession agreement address those things? Did they talk about buying our Coast Guard new boats that can go as far as our EEZ to monitor what is going on out there? If there's a distress call out there on the offshore drilling, is our Coast Guard capacitated to go there and carry on search and rescue? The answer is no. The answer is no. So why are we signing this agreement without looking at security implications? We talk about this. The reason is very simple. When you have experts, when you have a concession, people coming to do concession, when you look at other countries, they bring on board experts from all sectors before a concession agreement is signed. They bring on board experts, professionals from every sector that's going to be affected. So that is, they will bring experts from the maritime. You get maritime experts that will provide their maritime opinion on the concession. You will have experts from the Coast Guard that will provide their Coast Guard, their law enforcement, their constitutional duty of providing security and holding the integrity of that nation. They will provide their opinion on the process. You will go to EPA. EPA will give you their opinion, will give you their expert advice on how to proceed. So there are so many. You go to customs and immigration because you have foreigners coming in. There are so many things. You will go back to the military. You need air surveillance. Do we have an air force that can provide surveillance there? Or even our air unit? Why it will cost to get a small aircraft? I have displayed those things time without number. A small aircraft, those things can cost $1.5 to $2 million. You don't need a helicopter gunboat. You don't need a fighter jet at this level. No, you can start your air force small. Start from air reconnaissance. You can start from air patrol. And some of those aircraft can be used to serve as even air ambulances. They can do that. They can do that. Those aircraft can be used for transporting even ballot material during elections. Your armed forces will be trusted with those things to carry. Who you trust better than the armed forces to transport ballot material to locations where cars cannot reach? We're talking about road development. Yes, we understand road development going to come, but it comes gradually. When the rainy season kicks in, there are a lot of places that will not be accessible. And we all know our election takes place during the rainy season. What mechanism are we putting in place so that you can have people tampering with ballots? What mechanism do we have in place that will bring our ballot boxes quickly after the citizens have casted their votes? Air reconnaissance, air support is very, very important. You don't need $10 million to buy aircraft. You can start with small aircraft. Small aircraft. Some of the aircraft that Golden Veridian have, those small aircraft is there. And I have displayed those things time without number. The Coast Guard need a quarter-class boat, a quarter-class vessel that will be able to go as far as our EEZ. Liberia is very, very rich, like I told you. When I was in the Coast Guard, when I was serving the armed forces of Liberia, I did 3 major arrests, like I talk about. 3 major arrests that brought nothing less than $4 million to Liberia cover in terms of fines. Those are things that we did. The legacies are there. Our history, the records are there. We're not saying it because we want to brag. We're saying it because we know how rich our country is. There are a lot of illegal fishing going on in our water every day and every night. Remember, our coastline stretch up to all the way inward, 200 nautical miles. That distance you cannot stand and see with your naked eye. You can't make it. Even when you go halfway, you can't see the rest of it. You need equipment to monitor your waters. Every country have those kind of surveillance and things. And I will tell you, when I was there, we had maritime, the MRSCC, the Maritime Search and Rescue Coordination Center, and the Fishery Monitoring Center were right there. We were working together. There are times we see vessels on our waters performing illegal acts. Because we went to school, we studied the patterns. When we see a vessel moving, we see the station, we know exactly what is going on. Because those are things we did in maritime law enforcement. So when we see a vessel station, two vessels next to each other, we know they are carrying on transshipment. But that transshipment is illegal in our country, it's illegal under international law. But how do we get those vessels? Those vessels are 150 nautical miles off our coast. We don't have any capacity to reach them. So those drug vessels can be trafficking drugs. They can be transshipping drugs. They can be transshipping narcotic substances, harmful substances. They could even be polluting your water by dumping harmful substances into your water because you have no means to monitor your own water. How long it would take for the government of Liberia to spend 1.5 million or 2 million or 3 million or $4 million in the budget to buy a couple of quarter-class vessels, quarter-class boats that can go as far as our exclusive economic zone, to be able to monitor our water, to be able to make sure our water is safe from overfishing, our water is safe from pollution, our water is safe from sea robbers, and our water will be safe from pirates, saying that we have signed concession agreement for offshore drilling oil. What are we waiting for? The concession agreement is not meeting these things. It's not addressing these things at all. It's not. When you look at the agreement, what is there? How will the Coast Guard provide oversight in terms of policing those areas? How will the Coast Guard be able to do that? How will the Coast Guard be able to move as far as 175 to 200 nautical miles to make sure that those guys, because when the oil drilling starts, those guys are supposed to do something called responsible reporting. They're supposed to be able to report how many crude oil is being exploited at the period. How many tankers of crude oil they have managed to exploit so far. How do we monitor that? So they can fill 100 tankers of crude oil and tell you they fill 2. Why would you say to that? You have no means to monitor the work. You have no means to monitor the progress. How do you judge between what they will be doing right and what they will be doing wrong? You got no means to monitor it. When we're saying some of these things, we're not saying it because we are envying anybody. We're not saying it because we hate the government. We're saying it because it is the right thing. Look at Nigeria. They are in serious crisis. Look at the Niger Delta region. Once you start exploring oil, fishing communities will be affected, whether you like it or not. Because the method in which the oil is being exploited, there will be spill. And those oil, remember, the ocean flows towards the shore. The ocean flows towards the shore. So the oil will continue to come our beaches. Tourism in the next 2, 3, 4 to 5 years. Tourism will be the thing of the past. You have oily beaches. You have polluted beaches all over the place. How are you going to have people coming in for tourism? How are you going to have people go on the beaches? I'm saying these things today. Mark this record. And remember what I said. These things will happen. Because we saw it in Nigeria when I served on board the Nigerian Navy's second largest ship, and then there's Thunder. I served on that ship. We were in the Niger Delta region. We saw oil spill with our own eyes. We saw how coastal communities got affected. We saw how you could see dead fish over the water. It is thing that will happen. We're not saying it because we hate people, that because they didn't include us in the process. No, we are saying it because the expert that's supposed to provide their expert opinion on those subject matter were not present. I went through the entire concession agreement. I look at it back and forth. There is nothing addressing security in that place. Nothing addressing adequate security. They've been talking about things about environmental. But what is the actual mechanism that's going to prevent it? The Coast Guard have the ability to quarantine oil when there is oil spill. Do we have that vessel, or do we have those mechanisms that will prevent oil pollution when there is oil spill? Because, like I said, there will be oil spill. There will be oil spill. And when there is oil spill, do we have the mechanism that will be able to barricade the oil and clean it? Do we have the ability to clean the oil spill and to prevent the oil from spilling? Do we have it? The answer is no. The answer is no. And I always tell our people, it is good to always say the truth. We don't care how many people are watching us. Even though we want people to hear us, we want people to share our life so that people can understand exactly what is going on in our country. Even if the government is trying, there are a lot of things that still needs to be done. There are a lot of areas that still needs to focus on. There are a lot of things they need to address. You cannot sign concession agreement just because you want to sign concession agreement, just because you want to increase budget to 1.2 billion. So you just sign it everywhere, you sign it and make it happen. So what is the checks and balances that is put within the framework document? The answer is nothing. How are the youth going to be employed in the sector? How does the concession agreement capture youth training? How does it capture youth involvement into it? How? What is the Liberian component? How the Liberian local businesses are going to benefit from this concession agreement? Okay, when they're doing the oil exploitation, why is it they are not building refineries in Liberia? Why can't they build refinery in Liberia and refine the oil and ship out finished product so that the price of gasoline, the price of fuel, kerosene can reduce? So that the price of petroleum product can reduce in the country. Because crude oil can give you all of those things, give you every form of petroleum product you need. Crude oil can give you that. Why is it they have to take the raw oil outside? Look at Nigeria today. Nigerians are poor because the government keep making the wrong decision. Nigeria is in crisis because the government there keep making the wrong decision. How long is it going to take us to learn from those mistakes? How long is it going to take us to learn from things that other government are doing wrong for us to rectify them? God sent this ahead of you so you can see the wrong and fix it during your time. Fix it. There are kidnappings. There will be kidnappings in the long or short run. There will be things happening when that oil drilling starts. Things will happen. I can promise you there will be piracy. You will hear pirates on our coast. And pirates are going to scare away commercial vessels. Vessels that are bringing in goods and services to our port. Once there is pirate report along your coast, once there is one report of piracy along your coast became flag red. They will flag your coast. And when your coast is flagged, who want to endanger $300 to $400 million worth of people cargo, 700 up close to $1 billion worth of people cargo in a territory that is infested with pirates? Who want to do that? They're not going to be coming. Your port is going to be dry. Freeport is going to lose revenue. Buchanan Port will lose revenue. There are a lot of things that will happen when oil drilling starts. We're not saying it's wrong, but we are saying that there are mechanisms that government can put in place that can address those impending injustices that will show up in the future. You can address them. Empower your Coast Guard, one of them. Buy your Coast Guard good quarter-class vessels that can go as far as beyond the oil well so that they can repel anything coming from outside. Your Coast Guard can patrol your coast. What we have are best. The boats that we have are best. I showed them before. The boats that we have can do nothing for us. Can do nothing. Those boats that we have as Coast Guard and we feel we're boasting with it, let me show you again. Look at the boat. Look at this boat. How far can this boat go? Can a boat go 250 nautical miles? To go and can a boat go 200 nautical miles? Can it go 100 nautical miles? Can it even go 50 nautical miles? The answer is no. The answer is no. These boats were designed for riverine operations, not the coast. Endangering your citizens, endangering your troop, your sailors on the ocean with this boat. It is detrimental. Because this is the boat that Coast Guard has at best. This is what they have. We don't have more than that. The Coast Guard don't have more than that. Except some came in last night when we were sleeping. But I know for sure nothing came in. I know for sure not taking in. This is the boat we have. Look at it. Two of them. Those are the only real two functional one we have now. Those are the two. Where can they go? And they said it's not even functioning properly anymore. Can this boat, how far can this boat go? Like I said, the companies that produce this boat, even the people that gave us this boat, the American Coast Guard, they are using the boat in their rivers. They are not using it on the oceans. These boats are not for ocean use. They are not for ocean use. People tell you, say, oh, yes, they can use coastal stuff. Look at the other one we have there. Look at the second kind of boat we have. Where can this thing go? How far can you take this boat? You're endangering the life of the sailors. You're endangering the life of your crew, the life of your active duty men. These are people that have been trained for years, donkey years. They have some of them have spent 10 to 15 years in the service of training. You're taking them to sea in a kind of open thing. This thing is for river, and not even big river that can flow. For a calm river, calm river. So this is the kind of thing that we are confronted with. So when you talk about it, people saying, oh, why are you trying to criticize the government? We are not criticizing the government. We are critiquing the government. It's a good thing to sign a concession agreement. It's a very, very marvelous thing. You want to see money coming in. Yeah, we have oil in the ocean that we need to exploit. Yeah, those expectations are good. We will have some petroleum economists working there. Few people will get jobs here and there. Some revenue will come into the country. But look at the bigger picture. When there is oil exploitation in your country, along your coast, there can be piracy. There can be sea robbers. There can be kidnapping. What has the government put in place to address those things? Your best bet that you will have to fight anything of such nature, you have to deter it, because deterrent is better in security. In the line of defense, you have to deter. To deter, it means your physical presence must be there. You must be present. And the Coast Guard will have to be present, patrolling that area 24/7 to make intruders aware that this place is not vulnerable. To make pirates, sea robbers, or who be kidnappers aware that that place is off limit to them. You need a bigger cutter-class vessel. A bigger cutter-class vessel that will go out there, and police our waters. I have shown that many times. This is the kind of boat that the Coast Guard will need. These are for the oceans. You can use it on a bigger river, but it is actually for the oceans. This is the kind of boat that we are recommending to the U.S., to the Liberian government. You buy 2 of these boats, you are okay to deter your water from pirates, to deter your water from sea robbers, to deter your water from who be kidnappers. These are the kind of things that you need to address with your people. These are the kind of things that you need to address. And I'm saying this every day. Every day. I'm saying this. The Air Force will need a smaller aircraft like this. Our Air Force. We don't need a big one. You can start small. And imagine you have this aircraft flying over the concession area, flying over areas that they are doing the oil exploitation. We're written on it clear. Liberian Air Force printed in the military gray color. Everybody would know that that is a military aircraft. You can't mess around there. You just need to fly 1 or 2 times in a week. They will know. And this is a Cessna T206. It is cheap. The government can buy this. The cost of this now, if you want to buy in 2024, the cost was $1,050,000 for a first class one that carry up to 12 passengers. You can use this for presidential local travels. You can use this to travel to take government officials from one state, from one county to another county, from Monrovia to Lofa to Grand Gila to other places. You can take them. These are the kind of things we need. Start small. Other people started with one helicopter. You already have 2 well-trained pilots. You just need to take them back for refresher that will take them 1 or 2 months to brush up. They are good again. They can operate this aircraft. You can have a military-grade aircraft. You have opened the air wing, and that will be a great legacy to you. We understand the president talking about local air travel, transportation is good, but let us start this process with the military. Military transportation is far better because the pilots are well-trained, the pilots are well-intelligent, and the pilots understand situational awareness better than a lot of other commercial pilots too. I'm not saying commercial pilots don't know what they're doing, but the military is one of the best in terms of these kind of operations. Invest in the military. Invest in your military. Give them their tool they need. This is a small aircraft. I heard someone saying that the reason why the military is being treated like that, the military has not been really fully supported, is because with the fee when they buy them all of the army ammunition, all of those things they need, then they will have the tendency of carrying on coup d'etat. I look at it, I laugh. I say, who will say that unspeakable thing? I say, even if it's assumed that that recommendation or that discussion came from someone outside, those people that told you that their country military, how to say, look, is the military honor-funded? Is the military honor-equipped? The people that will tell you that, is the military honor-equipped? The answer is no. See, funding your military, making your military equipped does in no way guarantee coup d'etat or taking over government by force. No. When you train your military, you equip them, you provide them the requisite amount of salary. Their payment is good. Their allowances are coming on time. Their family needs are being addressed. They got good housing. They got good medical facilities. They got good schools for their children. Why would they want to take over government? Why would they want to take over government? Military takes over government when they get disenchanted. When things are not working. When they cannot get full benefit. That's when they think about, say, oh, the politicians are eating the money. The politicians are this, the politicians are that. That's when they dream about that. But if you have a military that is well taken care of, they have their necessary tool, the necessary equipment that they need. They have their family is taken care of. Their housing need is addressed. Their medical need is addressed. They get allowances when they travel for courses here and there. Why would they want to take over government? They will never dream of taking over government. Never. But when these things are slacking, now in Liberia, you see a lawmaker representative making 10,000, 8,000, plus 2,000 gas, plus all those small money put together, they make around 15,000. But you have a military officer, the rank of captain to major, making less than $700. But you have one man called a lawmaker there making $15,000. But a major, a lieutenant colonel in the armed forces is making less than $800 a month. Just by his service, just by his training, just by his education, he makes less than that. Why would people not think about that? Look at your neighbors. Look around you. Look at your neighbors. What is happening in the sub-region? The militaries are taking over. And don't think that because if you don't buy them those big military equipment, those big guns, then they're not taking over government. I will tell you, they're not true. I was there before. If to take over government, you need if you get even 4 or 5 pieces of AK-47, you can go over the you can take over the place if you want to. Because it's not how much, it's your ability to use it. It's your ability to use it efficiently that gave you edge over it. That gave you edge over it. So I will tell you, forget about those naive thinking. Equip your military, not just for within, in case there's an external aggression. In case there is any form of external aggression, how are you going to do it? Oh, that's why you're going to bring all the money, you want to buy the equipment, then how they're going to be trained to use it. So, like I said today, I'm not dual, it's not for the military. I'm focusing on the Coast Guard because the Coast Guard is going to be able to provide security. The Coast Guard will provide security for the concession agreement you just signed. The Toronto deal, the petroleum oil exploitation, because the Coast Guard will serve as the security apparatus will serve as the shield between external aggression, between sea robbers, between pirates, between hijackers, and your concession agreement. If they don't have the requisite tool, if they don't have the requisite equipment, they're not going to be able to do the job. They're not going to be able to do the job. Like I said, every day and every night, Liberia can make millions just from arrests. I was there, more than $3 million when I arrested 3 ships. 3 ships for illegal fishing in our water. They pay up to $3 million in fines. Go and read Front Page Africa Story. Go to my name, check Front Page Africa Story. You will see it there. You will see it. The government can get ransom for those things. Coast Guard and I was expecting when they got that money, I was expecting them to use that money to better the Coast Guard, but they did not. They took the money and used it for something else, which is wrong. If the Coast Guard can use the small boats and we arrested a couple of vessels. Why about when we had a big one? The Coast Guard will perform series of arrests in sequence every week the Coast Guard will get someone a vessel coming to port for illegal activity on the waters. Because Liberia water is so prone, it's so porous to the extent that anybody can just come in our water and do anything they want to do. Because they know we don't have the capacity. They know that our politicians are so mean. Our politicians are so greedy to the extent that they will not take care of what they're supposed to take care of. They care about their pockets. And that is what we are confronted with. Youth unemployment is on the rise. Youth technical and vocational education, zero. The budget passed, nothing to address any of those things. And 2026 is a year that will come and go, and the youth remain unemployed. Our youth are still going to remain unemployed. They're still going to be taking telephone and begging their friends, Bob, I'm send me cash, they're still going to be doing that. But then you have a bunch of politicians walking around with $15,000 in the pocket, with $2,000 trash car every month. Those are what we'll be confronted with in 2026 again. Nothing going to change. Nothing going to change. Everything remains the same. The only thing going to change is that the lawmakers have added more money on their money. They have added more allowances on their money. That's the kind of thing. The executive branch have put in more money for themselves all over the place. Hiding on different names, different budget line items. But at the end of the day, none of those things will show up because there is zero accountability. But the youth, a country that has over 65 to 70% young people, have the greatest youth unemployment in the whole South region, in fact, on earth. The greater youth unemployment. Liberia carried a high record. Country of 70% youth, and they have the highest amount of unemployment. But yet they say our government is signing concession agreement every day and every night. New one. The HPX deal is signed. The Oriental deal is signed. What happened? They renew ArcelorMittal agreement. But how many youth are actually being employed? Are those concession agreements capturing what the youth are aspiring for? Or you only want to use them during the election, and after election, you dump them. But sometimes we are looking at our youth. Sometimes they don't, when they try to say they want to launch struggle. I always tell people, peaceful gathering is important. When people within a society feel disenchanted, it is okay for them to come out and vent their disenchantment through peaceful gathering. Not to be protesting and breaking stuff around. No, you can peacefully assemble and petition your legislature. You can peacefully assemble and petition the president with a particular grievance or series of grievances. But you don't have to be used by politicians telling you, say, oh, these people having this, go and disturb this place. Those people having, no, the youth can organize themselves. Look at Federation of Liberian Youth. Fly, what are you doing? Say what society group, what are you doing? You can peacefully, the youth, the young people of Liberia can peacefully assemble in that white t-shirt, holding white handkerchief and a white banner, demanding government to provide jobs for them. Yes, the Constitution says it is the government responsibility to provide jobs and livelihood for their people. You can do that. You can peacefully assemble as a youth, but don't let yourself to be influenced by any politician or any political party. No, do it in the youth of youth. Your influence should be driven by your own employment, by your ability now to feed yourself, your ability now to pay your house rent, your ability now to pay your school fees, your ability now to eat food. Those should be your driving force. Those should be the factor behind your ensemble. You got 60% of youth 70% of young people in Liberia. If they gather on the street and demand jobs from the government, from all counties, get on the street, who's gonna go to work? Nobody will go to work. The lawmaker that's sitting there making $15,000, $2,000. Can you imagine $2,000 gas lamp per month? Per month. When you are unemployed, when teachers are not taking pay, when nurses are not being paid, but somebody make $2,000 gas lamp per month. If that is not the height of witchcraft, then I don't see why it is. That is witchcraft. It is complete, it is wickedness in the highest degree. That is far worse than murder. I think when you murder, you kill one person, you go here, that one person you kill. But can you imagine? You are strangulating 70% of the young people. They have been strangulated and hang on a pole to dry. 2026 coming. Nothing to show. How many young men can tell me how much a plot of 1 lot of land costs in Liberia? How many young men can tell me today how much it costs a bag of cement costs? How many young men can tell me today how much a fiber is cereal costs? They don't know it because they're not even thinking. Their thinking right now is how to find food to eat, how to find something to start their day. That is their thinking, because that's why you have conditioned their thinking to be. And they say, as a man thinketh, so is he. As a man thinketh, so is he. The youth need to rise up. I always say this. The youth, you need to come up. Stay your ground. Don't be influenced by any politician. Don't allow no politician to tell you, go, let go. No. Come out as a civil society group, as a youth organization, the Federation of Liberian Youth. Come out. Organize yourself. Demand job. Demand employment. Demand job creation. The government will go back and revisit all of those things. They will go back and realign the budget to suit priority needs. They will do that if the youth can rise up. I'm not sending you, or I'm not influencing you to go and break places. I'm not influencing you to go and steal armed robbers. No, I'm telling you to peacefully assemble and petition your president, demanding jobs, that you need jobs. It is your right to work in your country. And the government should create a conducive atmosphere. Government should create a mechanism so that you can be able to work. Those are things we talk about. And that is the reason why that is a Christmas message I have for you today. Concession agreement are signed with no security implication, no mechanism put in place for the youth. To a whole year is coming to go and pass. 2026 will come and pass. The youth remain the same. No technical and vocational education program. Agriculture, zero. Nothing much in the budget that will benefit our people. Nothing. Nothing. The budget passed. The lawmakers are happy. They get what they get. They're going to get more money. The executive branch are happy. Ministers are going to get more money. Head of public corporation are going to get more money. The president office will get more money. Vice president get more money. The speaker get more money. The pro tempore get more money. Deputy speaker get more money. That's exactly what we are going to see in 2026. Nothing going to change. You're going to be just the same way you are. Struggling for any money to find food to start your day. That's exactly what you're going to be seeing, young man. Nothing more, nothing less. No employment for you. Zero employment for you. Because you sat down, you allowed them sign this kind of agreement without you coming together and saying, no, this is wrong. You didn't do that. The budget is passed. And the last point I want to touch on is the presidential pardon. The Constitution provides that the president has the constitutional authority to pardon people. Yes, you can commit murder today. The president says you are pardoned tomorrow. The Constitution gave him that authority. The Constitution gave the president authority to pardon anyone that he feels that they can be pardoned. But I will tell you, in other countries, based on best practices and in the name of peace and tranquility. These things are done in line with some criteria. We saw the executive mansion release that the president pardon was in line with some of the criteria. Yes, but we are calling on the government to remain transparent in the process. If you are pardoning people, the people need you pardon, the people you pardon, their names should be published. There are some people, so we can know, we can scrutinize it to know that if those people that the president pardoned actually deserve to be pardoned. You don't want to go pardon somebody that have just committed offense, that the wounds are fresh in the minds of people of the affected. You want to bring them back on the street. We're not saying they can't be pardoned. We're not saying the president does not have the authority to pardon. We're not saying the president should not do it. But we're trying to tell you guys that because the president does not know those people, the list they gave him and why they tell him, that's why he's going to follow. But in the name of transparency and accountability, we are calling on the executive mansion to release the names, and the offenses or crimes that were committed by those that the president pardoned. For transparency purposes, release the names, publish the names and the crimes, the related crimes, and how long have they served in prison for that. We know that the president don't have to justify any of this, but in the name of transparency, in the name of accountability, we are asking the Ministry of Justice, we are asking the executive mansion to publish those names and their related crimes. The president is doing his job, we agree, but let the job be in line with what is obtainable, for what Liberian people want to see. If the country needs accountability, if it is what the country needs, you cannot go and pardon someone that have done heinous crimes and you put them under the shadow that they have served this, so they should go. No. The pardon process should have a transparent process. It should go through a transparent line so that we can see it. Please, executive mansion, if there's anyone listening to me or anyone that will listen to this in the future that is from that line, please, we request the Liberians, on behalf of Liberians, we are humbly requesting you publish the names of those that the president pardoned and what was their crime or what was their offense and how long they have been serving it for. We are asking you, and this is just for transparency and accountability purposes, nothing different. We are asking you to do that. The president get a right to pardon. He get a right to pardon anyone, but for transparency, because it's 72 people, that's a lot of people, which is good. It will decongest the prison system. Because I'm one of the person that feel that setting somebody in there for all those years, feeding them, providing medication and thing is burdensome on taxpayer. Those are people in prison that are supposed to be doing some things to help themselves. In the sense that agriculture farm, they can work on agriculture farm, they can be able to feed themselves. They can make farms. They have the food they eat, the water they drink, they should be able to produce it themselves. They can be able to produce it themselves. So sitting in there and doing nothing, just feeding yourself, feeding your back and forth, it causing burden on taxpayer. But if you can make them to work on the farm, like the way Tuareg did, go look at the record in other countries. Tuareg just did it. He commute people's prison sentences by making them to work on the farm, work in agriculture setting, help this one. Because some of those things happen is because of idleness. People commit crime because of idleness and other stuff. And to wrap up this session, I will talk about, finally, the drug addiction issues. It is true, we like the fight against drugs. We appreciate the government to a larger and the greater extent of fighting drugs across the country. But I will tell you, the fight is not over. Drug pollution or drug proliferation in our country, it is just hibernated. Listen to what I say, it is hibernated, it's sleeping, because our borders are porous, our borders are open. We don't have any genuine border. You can jump across one river today, you're in Liberia. You can get in the kingdom, in fact, you can walk in the forest and cross from Liberia to any country, from any country into Liberia, Guinea, Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, just Bush Road, you are into Liberia. And the cost of those drugs, tramadol extra, kush, spark and die, the price is high in Liberia. Remember that Liberia currency has value. Don't think I'll look at Nigeria currency. It's almost 100,000 to $1. Go Guinea, go Sierra Leone, see how much Leon to $1. But Liberia is 150. So our country, our currency has value. If somebody come to Liberia and sell one tramadol extra for $500, when you convert 500 Liberian dollars, it's almost $2.50. That's a big money in Nigeria. That's a big money in Sierra Leone, in Guinea. So those people will not relent. They will not stop bringing in the drugs. They will come. Our borders need to be realigned. We need to re-fortify our border. If it costs for us to fence our country, we can start building the walls. We're not building the walls for people to prevent people from coming in. We are building the walls to prevent illicit drugs, from prevent crimes from entering our country. It's not a bad thing to protect your land. We're not going to stop people from coming, but we're going to stop drugs and illicit and all illegal things from coming in the country. And then those that have been consumer of those byproducts, of those products, like you have those our people you call the disadvantaged youth, the Zogos or Zogis, as people refer to them. Taking people from drug is one thing. Making sure that they don't go back to that drug is another thing. We understand that when there is limited supply of it, it's going to help in curtailing or preventing the amount of people that is going to it. But remember, those things create addiction. People get addicted to those things. So when a man is addicted, he can go to any extent to get what he needs to quench his addiction. So now you will not just see people jacking people's bags on the street. You will see people now taking the risk of going to people's houses in the night and breaking down their windows to rob them and get money to go and meet their addiction. You will find people getting really brave, even during the day with knives, trying to harm people to get money and satisfy their addiction. What am I trying to say? If you take people from the street, when you take drugs from people, you must carry them for rehabilitation. When the people, not just to leave them hanging about, because leaving them hanging about, even though the drugs is not there today, tomorrow when the drugs come out, they will take it. They will take it when the drugs get, they will take it and go right back to where you are preventing them from. Breaking down those structures, you think that they are safe haven and think, no, they don't need a place to do drugs. They can do drugs anywhere. So when you take them from those drugs activity, when you take them from those kind of things, you need to carry them for rehabilitation. You need to carry them and detox them. After doing all the process, then comes the real one that will stop them from going back. You have to keep them busy. You have to create jobs that will make them busy. Create a situation for handiwork. If you get construction going on, those guys will have to join construction thing. You got road making going on, you got agriculture going on, they will have to go. They will be working in between and they will be busy. Because when people are idle, they are not doing anything. They tend to focus on what is going to keep their day going. People thinking, oh, I pregnanted this girl, I don't even get money to give her. Oh, my house rent, I don't have. Oh, I can't even pay school fees, I can't do the one. They look for something that will ease their stress. They go for those harmful substances, thinking that it's going to help them, but it does not help them. It hurt them. We all know it happened because of a reason. But now that the government is fighting how to take the drugs on the street, it's a good thing. But create rehabilitation services for them. After you rehabilitate them, you detox them, they get rehabilitated, you bring them back into the society, you reintegrate them, and then you create jobs opportunity. You create jobs opportunity. Because without them getting job opportunity, without them being busy, they're going to go right back. It's called relapse. They're going to relapse back into that behavior. then all of the effort, all the money you spend is going to go right back in vain. You're going to go right back to square one. So just to wrap up this section, I will climax on, I will just summarize what I have said today. The concession agreement that was signed between the HBSU government for the railroad and the port usage. There are a lot of things that did not capture. I didn't see anything about youth employment. I didn't see anything about youth engagement into it, youth participation. It did not cover that. I don't see anything about environmental issue that will help to prevent sicknesses and diseases and pollution from communities that will be within along that route. I didn't see anything there for the community dwellers along that place. The road, the car road they're going to be using before they get to the track. We didn't see anything concerning them building that road. They're going to be flying on that dusty road and then creating more hazard for the people around there. That contract needs to be looked at. It needs to be looked at. The Oriental deed and the total deal for the offshore drilling. Offshore drilling is a good thing. We appreciate it, we like it. But it comes with so many things. Piracy, sea robbery, hijacking, so much other things comes to bear. Oil pollution, coastal cities will be polluted. Coastal waters will be polluted. You start having your fish stock depleted. You start having fish leaving your coast. The cost of fish is going to rise in your country. Local fishermen are going to be affected. Farming village, fishing village are going to be affected. Your neighboring rivers are going to be affected. Policing mechanism. You need a Coast Guard. Equip your Coast Guard to be able to go out there and protect those foreign nationals or those experts, those expatriates, or the professionals will be out there working. That will deter people from annexing or coming in your coast. The budget did not address anything for the youth. The youth are going to be vulnerable and hanging in 2026 again, same way that they hang in 2025. Nothing new have changed. The youth need to come together, organize themselves, not honor any political umbrella, honor the youth or honor the umbrella of Liberian youth, and demand jobs and demand employment opportunity from their government. And finally, Mr. President, we appreciate the pardon. We believe there are some people that you pardon that deserve pardon. They have seen through their faults, through their mistakes. They have served some good length of time, and they wish to be out and hoping that they will not commit any offense or similar offense again that will take them back in there. But your pardon should come with a process that is transparent and that accountability is high. Please, Executive Mansion, please publish the list of all those 72 inmates that the government, that the president have pardoned. Publish their names and list the offenses that they committed and how long they have been serving this punishment for. Say thank you. On the notes, I want to say thank you to my listeners, to my followers. Like I said, we are not deterred by how many people are listening. We appreciate, we know at the end of the clip, people will come online and they will watch it and they will know we are speaking truth to power. They will understand that we are always advocating for the youth. And it is our honest prayer, it is our honest advocacy that the government create more opportunity for our youth to be employed. We appreciate the time. We ask you to share our live, follow our page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Liberian Voices Unfiltered. Encourage your friends and family to follow our Facebook page, Liberian Voices Unfiltered. Like our channel, share, and leave a comment. We can talk about the comment in subsequent time. We appreciate the time. We appreciate your effort in everything you do. We appreciate you for your love and the kindness you have been showing to us through all this time. We love you, and we really, really hope to be with you very soon in the future. Thank you. Let me play the theme song.
From the towering peaks of the Woolajezi Mountain in Lofa County to the golden plains of Bomi River Basin, through the verdant greens of the Sapo National Park, a place where monkeys whisper secrets and pygmy hippos tread unseen, from the valleys to the roaring coasts of Monrovia, Buchanan, Harper, and Robertsport. These are the voices that travel unfiltered, uncaged, and unstoppable. Welcome to the Liberian Voices Unfiltered, the platform where we speak the languages of the land, celebrate the cultures of our people, beat the drums of our tribes, and dance to the rhythms of our identity. This platform is more than just a broadcast. It's a movement, a megaphone for the people. No scripts, no sugarcoating, no stage management. Just the truth, pure, bold, and proudly Liberian. Tune in, turn up the volume, and join your host, George Senator Sibo, the Pan-Africanist, shaking the mic, breaking the silence, and speaking for the nation and its people. The Liberian Voices Unfiltered. All hail, Liberia hail. It is raw, it is real, it is authentic. From the bushes to the beaches, this is our voices, our truth, and our story. It must be heard.
Yeah, you're tuned into the heartbeat of Mama Liberia, where truth meets the people and every voice is heard. This is Liberian Voices Unfiltered.
Oh, we're speaking truth tonight. Liberia, let your voices rise.
From the streets of Monrovia to the hills of Nimba, we're bringing light where the truth's been hindered. Politics and power, let's break it down. We talk the real, no mask, no crown.
Economy shaking, but we still stand tall. Business and trade, we can uplift all. From the youth to the elders, we all gotta say. Unfiltered voices paving the way.
Liberian Voices Unfiltered. Yeah, we tell you how it is, no filter. Liberian Voices Unfiltered. The people's mic, the nation's mirror. From Buchanan to Bong, from Lofa to Cape Town, we talk the truth that really counts. Liberian Voices Unfiltered. Yeah.
Okay, so fellow Liberians, I say thank you for joining us. We say Merry Christmas to you and Happy New Year. Like I said earlier, tomorrow is my birthday, and I'm looking forward to receive my birthday gift. Not just happy birthday on Facebook. I got SendWave too. I can send my SendWave number. I got mobile money. I want my birthday to be grand. So thank you. Have a nice day and enjoy the rest of your night. Appreciate it.